So for this equation, before I start completing the square, there are a couple of other things I need to do first. So before completing the square, I want to make sure that any term with a variable is on the left side of the equation, and any constant, any number that doesn't have a variable, is on the right side of the equation. So that means I need to move this 5. So since it's minus 5, I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And this negative y squared, I need the y squared on the other side. So here I have to add y squared to both sides. So that's going to get me to y squared plus 10y plus x squared. So I just took these values here, moved them down. I can't combine anything. Y squared and 10y to the first cannot be combined. And then this canceled out, so I'm left with just 5 on the right side. Okay, so again, this canceled out and this canceled out. Okay, so this is looking better, but I also want to have any x values come before my y values. So I'm just gonna move this x squared over to the front. So x squared plus y squared plus 10y equals 5. Okay, now I'm ready to start completing the square. So I notice I have a y to the first term, which means that I need to complete the square for y. So I'm going to be adding a value right here to create a trinomial that I can factor, which means I will also be adding something after 5. So if I add to the left side of my equation, I also have to add to the right side of my equation. So we're gonna start by finding the magic number. Which comes from the coefficient of y to the first. So I'm gonna divide that by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then 5 squared is 25. So this is what we're going to add to both sides of the equation. So let's do that. So x squared is kind of hanging out by itself right now. There's no x to the first term, so I don't need to do anything else with my x's right now. And then we have, then we have y squared plus 10y plus 25, which on the right side, we're adding 25 as well. Since I added 25 to the left side of my equation, I'm also adding 25 to the right side of my equation. All right, so x squared, again, is just kind of hanging out. But this trinomial, I can factor. So it's going to factor into just one binomial squared. So a trick is, it's always going to be y plus whatever the magic number is. Here, again, I have a positive magic number, so it is plus 5, and that entire quantity is squared. This is equal to 5 plus 25, which is 30. So now I can determine the center, which is at 0, -5. There's nothing inside of x squared, it's just x squared. So that means the x value is 0. And then with my y part of the equation, it's y plus 5, which means it's a -5 as the y value. And the radius here, this isn't a perfect square, that's okay. That just means my radius is a radical 30.